Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're taking a look at 10 movie references in LEGO Star Wars games.
Quiet, girl. Hush now. Shush it. There's no place like home.
Have you spotted any of these nods from the galaxy far, far away? Let us know down in the comments. Before we begin, we publish new videos all week long, so be sure to subscribe to MojoPlays and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. A fruitless fight.
I'm captain of the Millennium Falcon. Chewie here tells me you're looking for passage to the Alderaan system.
Funny thing about this one is that we originally called it a censored moment when in reality, it was recreating a scene from a classic comedy. The way Skywalker Saga depicts Han's run-in with Greedo shows them firing at each other at point-blank range, with Greedo being defeated from taking a flying pistol to the noggin. This fight was taken directly from the rooftop scene of the Naked Gun 2.5, The Smell of Fear, where Leslie Nielsen's character Frank gets into a shootout before he and the criminal run out of bullets and throw their pistols at each other. Someone give him a hand!
You know, that is the second time that you have mentioned memory wipes. Are you worried about your past?
To see this one, you will need to have purchased the Phantom Limb DLC for The Force Awakens, which explains how C-3PO got his red arm. Midway into the level, you will lose your big lug of a droid to a tentacled beast lurking in the acidic waters. As he sinks down, he will stick out a thumbs up.
Not all of us.
Is he trying to let us know that he will be okay, or could he really not refrain from making a Terminator 2 reference? So many games make this reference. It's insane. A meal is at stake.
Well, that's the plan, but the exhaust won't come on.
Skywalker Saga hides one big Lord of the Rings mission, and it is one of our favorite side missions in the game. Find Beaumont Kin at the Resistance base, and he will tell you about how Leia denied his request for second breakfast.
Leia didn't approve my request for second breakfast, so we're up here cooking it in secret.
Not only does this reference the excessive mealtime for hobbits in Lord of the Rings, it doubles up the reference with Beaumont Kin as the one giving the mission.
What about second breakfast?
In case you didn't know, Beaumont Kin is played by Dominic Monaghan in the movies, who also played as Mary Brandybuck in the Lord of the Rings movies. And just to throw in a triple whammy, completing the mission will cause his companion to tell you to keep it secret, keep it safe.
I wonder if there's a way to give it an extra kick.
Ripley's Gift. Now, you can spot this alien reference in one of two ways. It depends on how far into the game you get. Unfortunately, neither of them involve the xenomorphs in any capacity, just the mech that Ripley uses to fight them. One cutscene shows the clones trying to take down the Geonosian Queen when they spot the mech. Unfortunately, it is quickly buried by the rubble by the time they get to it. However, you can rebuild it later when you revisit the level to play in free play mode. 'Tis but a scratch. Admittedly, this one may not be an exact recreation of a classic Monty Python and the Holy Grail scene, but we couldn't help spotting the similarities. Upon Darth Maul's defeat, a cutscene will play where he will desperately try to finish off Obi-Wan as the Jedi Knight keeps dismembering him brick by brick. Yes, it is very reminiscent of the Black Knight scene. Only difference is that you don't have Maul yelling insults and expletives as Obi-Wan walks away.
Now stand aside, worthy adversary.
'Tis but a scratch.
A scratch?
No place like home.
I'm never touching that thing again. I don't want any part of this.
Rey's flashbacks can be a bit trippy, about as trippy as waking up from a fairy tale wonderland to a room filled with random family members. So it only made sense to sort of plant a Wizard of Oz reference somewhere within LEGO Force Awakens.
There's no place like home.
During one of Rey's flashbacks, Unkar Plutt Is that really his name? Anyways, he will begin saying, "There's no place like home."
There's no place like home.
Come on, we've all heard this one before. It's the phrase Dorothy repeats to get from the Emerald City back home to Kansas. It's iconic.
There's no place like home.
Web-Headed Jedi.
Execute Order 66.
Hey!
This might actually be our favorite reference on this list, honestly. After all, we have featured it in several other of our LEGO videos here on MojoPlays. After Palpatine gives the go-ahead for Order 66, the clones attempt to take out Obi-Wan before the Jedi Knight jumps off the balcony for a quick escape. Old Kenobi has clearly seen way too many Spider-Man movies though, as he somehow manages to cling onto the underside of the balcony, much like Spidey does in the 2002 flick just before he's spotted by Aunt May and the Osborns. Little Astromechs can do big things. Wrong reference, but the title works. It may not seem like much, but we kind of appreciated this small gesture to a certain animated film from the late 90s. Fly around the atmosphere of Exegol to find a lone Astromech piloting a ship by himself. He will ask for your assistance, and upon accepting the mission's title will reveal itself as The Brave Little Astromech to the Rescue. A bit on the nose, yes, but it isn't every day that you see a Brave Little Toaster reference, let alone one from one of its sequels.
Well, I was just thinking, and I got this feeling that I should be nicer to him for a change, you know? And now I feel better.
Ancient callbacks.
Stop the resistance, scum!
Now, we might be cheating a bit with this one, but we couldn't help appreciating this callback to one of the most memorable lines in cinema. Passed by Captain Phasma in the Starkiller Base, and she will ask, "Aren't you a little short to be a stormtrooper?"
Aren't you a little short for a stormtrooper?
Look, if you're watching this video, do we really need to explain to you the context and meaning behind this line? Okay, it's the same line Leia says to Luke during the rescue from the Death Star in A New Hope, but it's obvious, right? I hope it's obvious. What kind of a Star Wars fan doesn't know this quote?
Aren't you a little short for a stormtrooper?
Huh?
Parody the parody.
What a piece of junk!
She may not look like much, but she's got it where it counts, kid.
Perhaps the funniest Easter egg or eggs we've seen in the LEGO Star Wars games comes from Skywalker Saga. There's the Jabba's pizza billboard, the wig C-3PO briefly wears in a cutscene, and of course, the Emperor playing with dolls. All of them being references to Mel Brooks' Spaceballs, the iconic parody movie that makes fun of Star Wars.
Pizza the Hut! Well, if it isn't Lone Star.
Funny how we've gone from iconic piece of film and pop culture to parody to video game retelling iconic piece of film and pop culture using said parody. We only wish we could get a LEGO Spaceballs game, but that might be asking for a bit too much.
We're not moving.
Oh, we're moving all right. Backwards.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, there's more where that came from.